The man's name was Sadiq Aremu. He was born in Kufe, a small village tucked between red earth roads and cassava farms in southwestern Nigeria. Kufe was the kind of place where everybody knew the sound of your footsteps and the smell of your cooking. Sadiq grew up poor there, poorer than most, watching other boys wear new sandals while he patched the same pair year after year. By the time he was 35, poverty had carved bitterness into his face. He was married with one daughter, but his farming failed again and again. Each rainy season promised hope, and each harvest brought shame. Creditors mocked him. His wife stopped asking questions and simply sighed. That was when Sadiq first heard of Baba Gidi, the witch doctor who lived beyond the forest line, where even hunters hesitated to go. They say he can open the door of wealth, a drunk man whispered one night, but blood must knock first. Sadiq laughed then, but laughter does not stop hunger. Weeks later, after selling his last goat, he walked into the forest alone. Baba Gidi's hut smelled of smoke and rot. The old man's eyes were white at the edges, like a dead fish's. "You want money," Baba Gidi said without asking. "Money that comes fast never comes clean." Sadiq swallowed. "I will do anything." The witch doctor nodded slowly. "3 lives, not strangers. People whose names you know. Their blood will seal your fortune." Sadiq felt his heart race. He wanted to run, but the image of his daughter's torn school uniform stopped him. "I agree," he said. The first killing was an accident, he told himself. It was an old palm wine tapper, a lonely man who slept near the trees. Sadiq struck him in the dark, hands shaking, tears falling as warm blood soaked into the soil. He vomited afterward and could not eat for days. But then something changed. A trader from the city arrived in Kufe offering to buy land. Somehow Sadiq had the money. People whispered in awe as he paid cash. A week later, he bought a motorcycle, then a new roof, then a generator. Greed replaced fear. The second victim was a cousin who mocked Sadiq's sudden success. The third was worse, a childhood friend who trusted him enough to walk beside him at night. Each death made Sadiq richer. Contracts fell into his lap. He opened a small warehouse. Politicians visited. His name carried weight, but wealth came with a shadow. Sadiq stopped sleeping. At night he heard whispers calling his name. His daughter began screaming in her dreams, pointing at corners of the room. "Daddy, they are standing there," she cried, "the men without faces." His wife grew thin and silent, eyes full of terror. Chickens died mysteriously. The generator refused to stay on after midnight. Blood appeared in his sink, though no one was injured. Then people started disappearing in Kufe. The village grew restless. Elders met in secret. Mothers clutched their children tightly when Sadiq passed. Dogs barked at him like he was a stranger. One night, Baba Gidi appeared in Sadiq's dream. "You did not finish the agreement," the old man hissed. "Wealth demands renewal." "I'm done," Sadiq shouted. "I won't kill again." The dream smiled. The next morning, his daughter collapsed. Foam filled her mouth. No hospital could save her. Sadiq screamed until his voice broke. At the burial, the village watched him with cold eyes. A week later, the police came. Someone had finally spoken. They found charms buried beneath his house, bones in the forest, evidence he could not explain away with money. Sadiq Aremu died in prison, not rich, not poor, just empty. They say on quiet nights in Kufe, the wind still carries his voice, begging for forgiveness that never comes, because wealth bought with blood never stays.